All right, video 3 of 4.1. We're still multiplying polynomials, but here's where it starts to get quite a bit more complicated. The next step is we're going to multiply binomial times a binomial. Remember, binomial means two terms. You've got a term and then either an addition or subtraction sign and then another term. This is one of the most common types of multiplication that you'll be doing when it comes to multiplying polynomials, and it is going to become vital that you fully understand what's happening in this. The way I like to think about it is basically you are doing distribution, except it's a little bit ramped up from your normal distribution, because if I am multiplying all of this by all of this, then I'm not only distributing this x, but I'm also distributing this 3. So it is going to be x, let's make that smaller, it's going to be x times x, which is x squared, because remember there are little exponents of 1 there, and I add those, and then x times 2, so I'm distributing the x to everything over here. X times 2 is 2x. Then I'm going to distribute that 3. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2 is 6. All right, so a binomial times a binomial, you should end up with 4 terms. Then go through and check to see if you have any like terms that can be combined. Well, I've only got one x squared term. Remember, in order to be like terms, they have to have the same variable and the same exponent. There is no other term that has an exponent of 2, so that one's just going to stay put. I have 2x and 3x. Those are like terms. They have the same variable, they have the same exponent. So I can add those. 2 plus 3 is 5, so I have 5x, and then I've got that constant of 6. Anytime you're multiplying binomials of this form, you should expect to see a trinomial. And that is my answer. If it's just got an x and there's no extra variables floating around, then you're probably going to end up with a trinomial like this. All right, we have some other little ways that you can remember how to do this multiplication, because sometimes people forget. There's this mnemonic device you might hear about called FOIL, and it just says you multiply your first numbers, so 2x and 4x are your first ones, and then you multiply your outer ones, so 2x times negative 5, that's negative 10x, and then you multiply your inner, so 3 times 4x is 12x, and then your last term. So the last term in this one is 3, the last one here is negative 5, 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And then you combine your like terms. So it's the same thing. I prefer to just think of it as distribution, but if FOIL helps you remember, then that's a good thing to have. Do be careful though, because FOIL will only work if you've got 2 binomials. If you've got a trinomial in there or a polynomial with more terms, then FOIL kind of falls apart, so you've got to fall back to that distribution idea. All right, and that's all I've got for you in this video, so you can go ahead and try some binomial times binomial. Please be sure to check your answers on the website or in the Key in the Classroom, and I will see you in the next video.